everybody. It's another car chat. Which just works for me. I don't know if you guys have been watching my other videos that are the jewelry unboxing. I'm doing it because it helps keep me sane. It gives me something to do that's not nursing or feeding or figuring out medicines and glucose and blood pressure and measuring ins and outs for liquids, cleaning butts, the whole bit. So, yeah. So, with that, it looks like Dad does not have to have any more bandages on the pressure wound. So, he has, I think the nurse said, so we do have a supervisory nurse that comes in twice a week just to make sure that we are not going backwards on his healing and we are continuing to progress. So we have now gotten to the point that he does not have to have bandages or packing in there to, promote the healing. We were on a calcium alginate the last month or so. So it is really, really, really nice not to have to every 12 hours or in most recent time, every day or every other day if Dad didn't have a bowel movement, to not have to repackage that. But he kept pulling them off, so we sometimes packaged them more than every 12 hours. But it is what it is. Dad is doing much better. The nurse said that he has about 3 out of 12 layers of skin regrown and that it will continue to grow. And so it's got like a indentation where the skin had to be taken out surgically or because it was necrotic because of the pressure wound. So it's healing. It is very tender. We still have to, when he has a bowel movement, he is able to wipe himself now, able to actually go to the toilet. We are still measuring ins and outs, so he does use a urinal or a sitz bath to capture it, and then we measure the urine. But he's able to wipe himself, but we do have to go behind him and make sure that there's no fecal matter in there. We don't want to get into the same situation that the nursing home put him in by leaving fecal matter and then it getting infected and, pressure wounds. Physical therapy has signed off on him. He does have to have a walker and a rolly cart when he's out and about. In the house, he has to have a walker. My mom showers him, so they have a shower chair, and they do all of that together, which is really kind of fun. No more having to do a bath in the bed. She would do that. I would help do the hair. There are just certain things a daughter does not need to see on her father. So butts were enough for me. I'm good. I don't need to see anything else. His mood is better. He does have dementia, so we still have the questioning and the re-questioning, and the retention is not really there a whole lot. But so his endocrinologist did change up his medication. So I'm a diabetic. I've been a diabetic probably since I was a teen and just didn't know until my late 20s. So it explains a lot about my health. But so they added in a new fast-acting insulin for meals. And I've been teaching Mom and Dad, but Mom mostly because she is the one that will have to remember to do it. And we've been working on a scale for the insulin because the endocrinologist line that I have done my own and have been working with Dad on his sugars for the last 4.5 months to really get them in line. Was okay. She gave me a starting point and an ending point, and then we titrated it based on how his body reacts to it, because everybody reacts differently to insulin and activity. If he's got PT or he's doing physical therapy on his own at home, or they go out and go walking, go shopping, go out to lunch. All of these things really do change how his body interacts with the fast-acting insulin and all of his meds. So we've been working on that to try to figure out kind of what works best for them. And that way we aren't chasing low lows. And I'm happy to say for the past 3 weeks, we have only one time had a sugar over 200. Somebody snuck him a snack, and they weren't supposed to. It's okay. We're working on that too. So my dad is allowed 2,000 milligrams of sodium, 2,000 calories to maintain the weight that he's at. And, you know, his A1C, we've gotten it down to 6.4. Hoping to maintain that, which is really amazing. And it does, with the short-term insulin, allow him to eat differently a little bit. Not outrageous, but, you know, to maybe have a carb here and there, whereas before we were having to be super, super tight with everything. And his endo did say that, you know, if he gains a couple pounds, it's okay. He's lost about 50 pounds in the last year. Most of it in the last, 4 months while he was in the hospital. So things are looking up. It does sound like I'm headed home after Christmas. I'm super happy about that. I can't wait to be in my own home, which I love my parents. I love being back in my teenage bedroom, but, I live in New Hampshire, and it's good for them to be able to take care of themselves. Meal plans and insulin, and I'm always available 24/7. I'll be able to monitor his sugars remotely. My mom's a pretty heavy sleeper, and I'm a light sleeper, so I'll be able to, wake her up if needed. So things are, it's been a very long road. I'm so happy we got this far, because if you guys could see where we started, I really, really did not think that he was going to heal. Really, really, really didn't think. And with him being a diabetic, with his sugars out of control in the hospital, and and everything, it didn't seem realistic to think that he would heal. It's been a very difficult road with many highs and lows emotionally, anger, frustration, crankiness, grumpy pants, as we call them. Probably grumpy pants on my part too, because I am just like my dad, and so, loggerheads. We're both hard-headed, stubborn, and that's not easy. So, yeah, and just being so tired, overtired, not having gotten enough sleep in the last 4.5 months. I'm getting 2-hour naps, a little bit better, but we still have to watch, because he's a night grazer, loves to go raid the cupboards at night, so we have to keep him out of the kitchen, which means that somebody has to be up at nights, which is usually me. So in the last 10 days, I have been able to cat nap overnight. He's sneaky though. He's figured out that if he picks up his walker and comes out on his, those hospital grippy slippers, that he's pretty quiet. Unfortunately for him, my hearing is almost like I can hear a pin drop a mile away kind of thing. I have really, 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 really good hearing, which sucks for me a lot of the times, which is very intense for me a lot of times, but even if I'm catnapping, I hear him. I hear the sound of those little slippers. Those grippers make a very unique noise. So, I don't know. We're getting there. Am I afraid that, as soon as I'm not there, he'll be raiding the cupboards? Yeah, I am. Because, his habit, it's what he was used to. My mom's a very deep sleeper and doesn't hear him. So it's going to be interesting to see how his sugars do. overnight in the long run. We are getting a sensor that will alert if he is down the hallway where he shouldn't be. And I say shouldn't be, I don't mean like we're controlling, but if he gets out there and falls and my mom's asleep but nobody's there to hear him, he won't wear the medical alert, help, I've fallen and I can't get up thing. Very proud, very stubborn. He's a good man, but makes it difficult for him to ask for help and to make changes. Really difficult to make changes. But we'll see how it goes. He's an adult. I have to let him grow up. I know. But I am happy that I'll be going home. Yeah. But that's our update. I'm happy to say that we've gotten here. I really, really didn't think we were going to. Sorry, I'm really emotional. I really thought I was going to lose my dad this time. He's had so many falls and so many issues and so many, 2 heart stents a year ago. One in December, one in January of 2025. So, he's tough. He's lost a couple of toes. He keeps bouncing back. He really is a tough guy. He really is. But I really thought this one was going to be it. So, I'm really happy to say that it's not. So that's our Christmas miracle this year. I'm really happy for it. So, if I don't talk to you guys again before the holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, enjoy your family. Take care of yourselves. Do all the things that you want to do. Take care of each other. Merry Christmas. Thanks, guys. Bye.